Hello, 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 hello. I know. It's way later than usual. Way later than usual. But that's what I get for saying that I was going to go live earlier. I made that mistake yesterday. I said I was going to go live earlier, and then here I am going later. I just need to not say anything. I need to just not say anything and just exist outside of time. But maybe that's why I'm late, because I do exist outside of time. Who knows? Hi, Tarot Goddess. Thanks for being here. You got notification fast. Oh man. I don't I don't know how I made it here. I don't know how I didn't make it here earlier. Cause I really was trying to be earlier. I really was trying to get here earlier, and look what happened. Later than usual, and later than yesterday. Oh my goodness. How are you doing? How are things vibing for you? Everything good? Hi, Xavius. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you are early. I'm late and you're early. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. How are you doing? Hope everyone is well. I'm going to get us started talking about last week's vibration. But please do in the chat tell me how you're doing. Are you seeing any numbers? Experiencing anything? Hi, Judy. Hi, it's me. Yeah, no. I made the mistake of saying I was going to go live earlier, and this happened. So I need to just not say that anymore. I'm just going to be here when I get here. Hi, Cousin B. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's a late one. Much later than usual. Um, how's everybody doing? Everybody good? Let me know what you want to talk about in the hip hop realm. I'm gonna look at our vibration from last week to get us started, and to have people realize that they didn't miss me. I'm just late. That okay. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I am. I say all the time that I just listen to whatever God wants me to do, and that's how I follow. And I guess that has to do with the time as well. Because whatever time I come in here, then the people that are meant to be here get here. And those that meant to watch the recording so they could pause and start over again can do that too. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. All right, so for anybody that doesn't know, we always have every week we do our random wheel spin so that we can look for a number, vibration, or the themes of that vibration throughout the week so we can get better at recognizing the vibrations that are around. And I think you all are getting really, really good at it because you keep bringing very similar themes and um, vibrations in. So you're tapped into them. Just gotta get you to be able to see them. Maybe not how I see them. That's a bit overwhelming, but at least see them. So last week we had 997. So I'll rewrite this here. 997, which goes to 25 and then a 7. So we had lots of vibrational themes. Hi, New Beginnings! It's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, we had lots of vibrational themes around this action and flow, and this actually was coming up quite a bit yesterday, too. So, needing to be in action and flow, and that's coming from this change. And the change is ending this dualism, or at least recognizing that there's some kind of polarity or dualism that needs to end. Thanks. Thanks, New Beginnings. We also actually have seen a lot of themes around this 99, where 9 is an ending or a shift. So we still have that coming up. But then 99 is that vibration of ascension. So we'll see how that comes up. All right. Is there anything specifically you want to talk about? I, of course, have the numbers from the GNX tour. No, you didn't miss anything. I literally was in there in Flex's live all the way up to the end. That was part of the reason why I was like lollygagging around and not getting here. I literally just got started. Hi, Doc. Thanks for being here. Nope, you didn't miss anything. So all I did was just go over our vibration from last week. That's it. So you all can let me know if there's specific topics in hip hop or in general that I can relate to hip hop that you would like to talk about, any numbers that you've seen. And I'll just go with some stuff I have, but you let me know in the chat. Thank you for being here. I know I be starting and stopping at weird times. So it's nice. It's nice that I have you all get to be here. Okay. That's great. Hey Josh, thanks for being here. Okay, so let's see. So again, let me know if there's anything that I don't talk about that you want to talk about. I did want to bring this up because this was kind of funny. So we went over this yesterday where we were looking at quality vibration as an example of how to integrate energy. But then I was looking at, actually, it was your New Beginnings, it was your shorts that I was looking at. And I kept getting excited because you had my merch on, which was so exciting. Thank you again for doing that. Hi, Anara. Thanks for being here. You made it. But then I think it was in one of your videos or in several others because I think we all say it all the time. But the phrase merch it that we say all the time, I actually did the numbers for it and it equals 66 also. So I needed to bring this back up so I could add that in. And we saw this 66 yesterday as part of Quality's vibrations, but also when we were looking at New Nation. So that's cool. Yeah. So merch it. That phrase resonates at 66. And 66 is the numerical vibration of freedom and family and happy. I don't know if you could even see any of these words. Oh, let me move it up. So that's kind of cool. So now you know that when we're using the term merchant, we are resonating at the same vibration. And when you say it twice, um, then that's the 66 plus 66, which equals at 132, which is creativity. Again, I just needed to add that because it kept coming up so much yesterday. I wanted to make sure to add it in here. Oh, thank you all for being here. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, so I wanted to make sure to share that today. Um, okay, so one thing I do know we need to talk about are these numbers from the GNX tour with Kendrick Lamar and SZA reaching these milestones. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Can you get it bigger? Oh, yeah. Whoa, that might be too big. Whoa, too big. Okay, there we go. I mean, I'm blind, but I have my glasses on, and I'm not that blind. That's okay, though. Oh, yeah, it was great, New Beginnings, and um, it was just exciting to be able to see um you wearing the merch and creating something. I know you know because you have your merch too. So when you create something and then you actually see it out in the world, it's like a little baby. Oh, my baby. It's exciting. Okay, so let's look at these numbers. So while we're looking at this, I'm definitely going to start with the numbers. But what I would like for you all to look at and think about is which of the words on here um, should we look at also? Because it's not just the numbers themselves that are vibrations, but every word and every letter within a word and all of the phrases are vibrations also. So you let me know if there's certain phrases or words on here um, that we should dig into deeper. And you know how this works. It may just come up that we need to look at it. So let's actually start from the bottom. So let's start with this 9.8. So this is 9.8 million per show. And so 9.8, here it's 9.8, but if we were to write out this number, because it's 9.8 million, the 9 and the 8 would actually be right next to each other, then with a whole bunch of zeros behind it. Okay, great, Josh. Yeah, I'm gonna put a box around them so that I can remember to look at those two. Yeah, joint tour was one that seemed interesting to me also. Okay, so we'll do joint tour. And then Judy, you said history. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, history does keep coming up. Everything is historical. And I keep saying that we're in very historical times. Oh, okay. So that was a good pause because what I needed to do is put the M here for billion, because the first thing we need to look at, because all of these except for one are in the millions. And M in the English alphabet is 13. And 13, remember, is the vibration of transformation. So that's actually a big deal, that each one of these numbers except for one has this vibration of transformation in it. And we keep talking about how there's all of these changes that are causing this shift, or that are contributing to this shift in hip hop. And transformation are changes that you can't go back from. And that's what makes it historical. So then here's where these things are starting to connect already before we even look at the numbers. So, oh, hi, Tasha. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. So, when we look at this 9.8 million, if we were to write it all out, it would be 9-8 together with a bunch of zeros. Hi, Tiptoe Joe. Thanks for being here. And so all of those zeros, that's all the vibration of that God energy. So it's the God vibration that is coming in, and it's enhancing these vibrations. So that's what's making all of this feel much more momentous, much bigger, a bigger, louder vibration, because there's actually more of that God vibration than there is vibrations that are in our control. So it's a good reminder that we have all of this God energy that is really pushing and propelling all of these things forward. I did look, but I guess I'm the only one in the world that wanted like the whole number. Like the whole 9.8 million, like all the way out, like pi 3.1452. Okay, but because I wanted to see what the exact numbers were, because that really adds to the vibration. But I guess we weren't meant to have it because I couldn't find it. But anyway, so this 9.8 is actually resonating very similar and like 98. And so that's how we're going to look at it today. Okay, I will. I will for sure, Tiptoe. Thank you. So this 98 is one of these vibrations that has been very loud this year. And it's been very loud for a couple of reasons. One, because this 8, this is that reap what you sow energy, the karmic energy, the coming back around energy. It also is the vibration of 2024. So it's the 2024 energy coming in, and impacting 9 is 2025. So it's this repeating karmic energy coming around and impacting the ending or the shifting that is occurring within 2025. And all of this, so in 2024 is when the GNX album came out. It's when it was announced that this tour was going to begin. And so it is all of this energy that was really built up and planted. Oh, and we already know 2024 was very big for the huge beef that happened in the summertime. But all of that energy was culminating in 2024 and then rolling into 2025. And so GNX is carrying all of this. Also, 98 is the numerical vibration of Sinners. And so the movie Sinners that came out and also was feeding off of this 2024 energy and really pushing for these very similar themes is resonating at this 98 also. Then if we look at, oh yeah, 8, so 8 Anara is the karmic energy. Absolutely. 8 is the vibration of karma. Oh yeah. So all of that karmic energy was rolling in from 2004 into 2009 and contributing to this ending or shifting in that 9 vibration. Man, I'm not going to have room. It's okay. But also this 98, when we add up 9 plus 8, we get 17. And in the tarot, 17 is the vibration of the star. So the card, the tarot card, the star, is the 17th card in a tarot deck. And so this 17 vibration also holds that. And then we see again, here's the 8. Here's the 8 again. So this new energy coming in, or this buildup of energy coming in from 2024, is feeding into this ending or shifting energy of 2025. And it's highlighting the star, and it's bringing more of this reap what you sow energy. So the harvest is here. So this is definitely harvest energy. Oh, hi, Inspire. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you made it. Thank you for being here. Exactly, Josh. Then we had the conversation about from Nas about how Kendrick was the North Star. So you're seeing like all of these connections. And really it's this 8 energy that's bringing things back around. So it's all of these things that were planted. And we've seen that also when we look at all of these different theories that go all the way back through like Kendrick's career, where we're looking at, we were looking at poetic justice, and we were looking at like 2011 and 2009, where all of these things that were planted, these vibrational seeds that were planted, they grew and they culminated in 2024, and then that energy pushed in and rushed in 2025. And so now it's giving us this 8 energy, which is the reap what you sow energy. It is the harvest. And so this is the harvest of all of that culmination of energy in the work that has been done. So that's just this one. That's just 9.8. And that's the average per show. So that means that this 9.8 is every single show. So every show on average, it's around this vibration, but it's also giving this vibration of 98, this star, and this reap what you sow energy. It's the harvest. And what are we all doing? We all are benefiting from and getting to celebrate and enjoy the harvest. And that's what's happening when you actually get to go to any of these concerts. You're in celebration of the harvest. So that's very cool. That's a good one. That's a good one to start with. All right, let's keep it moving. I know I'm going to run out of space. It's all right. I always do. So let's go with the 46. So this is 46K. So we have already seen previously, but K is the 11th letter in the English language. And 11 is represented by justice in the tarot. Oh my gosh, I'm running. See, look. Come on now. Cooperate with me. Work with me here. Because we can't, my handwriting already bad. I can't have, like, not room. All right, there we go. So in the tarot, the justice card is the 11th card. And we have seen lots and lots of justice. Oh, no worries. No worries, Tiptoe. Enjoy. Do what you gotta do. I'll still be here. Talking numbers. So we have seen a lot of this justice, but we also have seen this, because the 11 represents dualism. So it is the separation of sides. So if this is where you get the division, this is where you get the polarization. And we've seen that a lot starting 2024, but a lot in 2025. And really, it's always been there, but I think it's louder and more emphasized, especially in the hip hop space right now. And we keep seeing it. It's like every week there's some kind of polarization. There's some kind of choosing of sides. And so the K is bringing in this vibration. 46 then, this is ushering in that 10 energy. So it's new energy. It's something new to the space. It's new energy coming into the space that is supported and enhanced by God. We keep having those discussions as well. So that's interesting. Okay, so now, all right. So now what I'm getting is that we need to add 98 and 46. Not wait till the end, I guess. Okay. So 98 plus 46. Oh, that's why. So 98 plus 46 is 144. So that's why it's significant. Because if you've heard of 144, 144 in the Bible is discussed as the 144,000, the 144,000 of the saved souls of those. And we did have a time this year, a few months ago, when there was a bunch of people that thought they were going to be raptured. That's where the 144 comes from. So that's why we needed to look at this too. So now we have this this energy of this number that people hold as very highly significant and spiritual and godlike. And we're seeing it when we're looking at this 10 with this God energy that's coming in. But then this also adds up to 9. So there's our 9 energy again for the year. where the whole year is all about this vibration of 9, of getting to an ending or shifting of the energy into a new space. So, okay. That one was faster. All right, so yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong about that, Josh. Yeah. Yeah, Nara. So we're this is like beyond reading between the lines. It's reading the vibrations of the numbers and the words that are presented to us. So you get more of the story of where it's actually where this numbers are coming from. All right, so I'm giving myself a little space down here, and we're gonna look at this 1.5 million. Oh, million plus tickets sold. And I think it's important also to remember that this is not even done yet. That this is only at a partially stopping point, because in December this will start again. And so then we'll get more numbers and we'll get to add on to this story, this vibrational story of what's happening. But what will be fun is by looking at these vibrations now at this point, we can see where else these vibrations play out as the GNX tour continues in December. Because remember, all of these vibrations, they just exist in like this big, huge tapestry. And what's happening is these events that include people is like pulling on a thread of vibration. And as you're pulling on this thread, you're tapping into the story or the information or the message that's along that vibrational thread. And then we get to see that playing out. But we'll also see it all around us in different ways as well. So it seems like this, my gosh, I don't know what color to use. This 1.5, like kind of like this 9.8, it really is operating more like a 15. Because of all of the zeros that are coming behind it, because it's in the millions. And so with 15, wow, there's a lot of information from the tarot that's coming out today. That usually doesn't happen, but that's interesting. Okay, so the 15 in the tarot is the Devil card. And it's actually represented by the zodiac sign Capricorn. Ah, interesting. And so, yeah, we're glad we have the Tarot Goddess here. So she can correct me if I'm wrong about any of this stuff. So the 15 is represented of the Tarot Devil card, which is represented of Capricorn. And Capricorn is known as the moneymaker. This is like the part of the zodiac that's all in that career professional space, where Capricorns get accused sometimes of being too focused on the money. Also, Capricorn is where we get focused on the numbers, because numbers are typically associated with money. And so here are all of those themes about which numbers matter and which ones don't, because the 15 also is represented of this choice that has to be made. And the choice that has to be made is between bondage and freedom. So is the money that you're going to be making, is it going to open up a lane or a pathway of freedom? Are you going to be freed by it, or are you going to be in bondage to it? And we've seen these themes of like these discussions of like, oh, today I'm going to be reliant on the numbers and then tomorrow I'm not. And when are the numbers important and when are they not? And how are they important and how are they not? And it's so weird for me because when we talk about like statistics and we talk about numbers, I don't readily associate those with the vibrations. I see them as very different. Even though the vibrations are coming through as numbers as well. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, exactly, Josh. So it is this back and forth of all, every change, because five is change, every change and ushering in of new energy, that's the one, that is made, results in this having to choose between bondage and freedom. Are we free from this choice, this change, this new energy, or are we in bondage to it? And from this choice, we get to the six. So if we do 1 plus 5 to get to the six, where this is the establishing of comfort zones. So we've seen this also. So where we've had these discussions, even this week, about should we really be comfortable with what we are hearing and experiencing? Should we be comfortable with what people are saying? Should we be comfortable with what people are presenting as artists, as their art form? Should we be comfortable with people's behaviors, even our own? Because sometimes we could slip into these comfort zones where we don't even know we're in them. And then we turn around and we're like, oh, how did I let that slide? Like, how was I like not recognizing that that was not a good thing? It's because we are in a comfort zone. And what typically happens is when you encounter this vibration of 15 and you're having to make this choice between bondage and freedom, you're in a very uncomfortable place. But when you're uncomfortable, that's when you learn. That's when you learn the most. And so if you make this choice too quickly, now you end up in a comfort zone that you really shouldn't be comfortable with. You end up being privy to like conversations that you really shouldn't be okay with, but somehow you are. And then it becomes this conundrum of figuring out how you ended up in this comfort zone, but also how to break out of it. How do you now free yourself from the bondage of that you're in when you thought it was actually freedom? So, dang, these vibrations going deep. I didn't know we were going to get all that. Yes, exactly, Anara. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you end up like finding a way to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that can be dangerous because you're supposed to be learning when you're uncomfortable. So you're supposed to be in an uncomfortable position, and we've seen that a lot in hip hop as well, where you're placed in these uncomfortable positions so that you can learn. You're supposed to mostly be learning about yourself so that you can heal and grow as an individual. But us, the outside observers, are watching it in real time of the choice that's being made. When you're in that uncomfortable position and you're having to choose between this bondage or freedom to your choice, then it could go a lot of different ways. It can go a lot of different ways. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Oh, absolutely, Judy. Like that's what like I love um I love hip hop music because it is one of the most layered genres where, especially because of where it comes from, and how it's evolved over the years, it is so layered. And yeah, Kendrick's music is a good, great example of that. Yes, that part too. There's lots of layers and complexity, but it all actually tells a story. And that's what we're seeing in these vibrations as well. That this vibrational tapestry that's being woven is playing out in these numbers. And we just have to tap into them to get the bigger picture. Because we see just with these numbers here, there is so much information. And that's also what's happening in those layers of the artwork of really good hip hop artists. Is in the layers, there's bigger stories, there are bigger themes, there are bigger messages. And they're even bigger than we know because each one of the words within those lyrics is a vibration. It's carrying a weaving of vibrations, so it's also telling us a vibrational story. So very cool. All right. So are you ready for the big one? I'm listening, sorry. I'm trying to listen. Make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yes, Nara, very much so. Okay, so let's look at the words here at the bottom before we go to the very top. So we wanted to look at joint, tour, and history. So let's see where we could. There we go. So we'll do. We're gonna do this whole phrase, but we'll do each word. So joint, tour, in history. And so if you want to check my work, but also learn how to do this yourself, um, the code that I use is for American English alphabet, where A equals 1 all the way to Z equaling 26. And so that's where these numbers are coming from. So let's first look at joint. And so joint is going to be 10 plus 15 plus 9 plus 14 plus 20. So that's JOINT. All right, so let's see. So 10 plus 15 plus 9 plus 14 plus 20 is 68. So there's that 8 again and the 6 from like the 15. And then when we add this together, we get the 14, which gives us another 5. So a lot of 5s, a lot of change happening up in here. So let's look at tour. So tour is going to be 20 plus 15 plus 21 plus 18. Okay. And so joint is 68. You already knew, Judy, those 5s were going to come. They chase you everywhere. And tour is 74. 74 adds up to an 11. So here we have another 11. But also 74 is the numerical vibration of the actual word energy. But also trauma. So when you add up the letters of these two words, you also get 74. Okay. Then when we add these together, so when we do 68 plus 74 for joint tour, now we're getting 142. We've seen this 42 before, where 42 is the numerical vibration of the word self. And one of the words that equals 100, so if we split this up so that it was 100 plus 42, one of the words that adds up to 100 is honoring. So it's honoring self. Also, 100 is towards self. And so in this context, self really is about the establishment of your identity. So this here is about honoring the identity that is being presented, whether it's the presentation of the artist identity or an individual identity. So for all of these artists, they have these dual identities. And we do pretty much too, because if you're a different person when you are with friends and family versus when you're out in the world or when you're at work, then you have this also. But this is honoring the most authentic self. Also, 100 is the phrase hip hop is. Hip hop is adds up to 100. So hip hop is self. So hip hop is this identity. Interesting. Okay. That's all we got for that one. It's interesting though. Let me know what else you're seeing. Then let's look at history. So history is going to be 8 plus 9 plus 19 plus 20 plus 15 plus 18 plus 25, which is 114. And that gets us another 6. So again, the establishment of new comfort zones. Interesting. And then I just know, because I do this reading of vibrations way too often, that N actually equals 23, which is same as the phrase I am. So we have this identity or something around identity coming up in two places here. Okay. So then, let's add these all up. So we're going to do 68 plus 74 plus 23 plus 114. Yes, Josh. Yes. Yep. Exactly. You're right there. Because we're always supposed to be recognizing how our comfort zones need to shift and change with how we are evolving as an individual. But you can get yourself in trouble. Hey, and we've seen this, um, where you can get yourself in trouble when you have shifted from one identity. Like if you've shifted in time, so you've matured, so to say. Some of us mature, some of us don't. We won't touch on that. But if you've moved through time, and so you are in this new identity with a new set of comfort zones, but you're having to face your identity from the past. That is essentially having to face those past identities and rewrite those comfort zones. Huh, good one. That brought up some good information. All right, so let's add this up. 68 plus 74 plus 23 plus 114. Oh. Okay. Is 279. And I was giggling for a couple of reasons. Because as soon as I saw the number, I saw a couple of different things. Um, so I saw this discussion we've had of mirrors where it keeps coming up. And we have this 27, which is the mirror image of the number 72. And 72 is the numerical vibration of hip hop. So the name hip hop. We also have here this 79. And we did encounter when we were looking at life path numbers and we were looking at how different artists, their relationship with hip hop was resonating. Like, how were those vibrations really getting in there? And so when we were looking at those life path numbers, we saw that 79 is actually Tupac. Tupac's life path number based on his birthday, plus the life path number of hip hop. So 79 is the vibrational representation of Tupac in hip hop. But this was the mirror image. So here's the mirror again, of 97, which was Lawbree's life path number plus hip hop. So we saw how in trying to mimic Tupac, how he was missing the vibrational path that he was actually supposed to be on within hip hop, because these are mirror images of each other. So whereas Tupac's first step was understanding the end and the shifting and the evolution of hip hop, Lawbree's first step was making sure that he was taking action in vibrational flow. When you take action, when you force action outside of vibrational flow, that's how you get karma. That's how you get that energy coming back around that is either a reward or is a hindrance or is a cursing. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. And when we add these up, this gives us 18, which is the energy of the moon, which is the most dominant cycling energy that we encounter. And we get back to this 9, where this 9 is very much about the ending of things, coming to a completion of these vibrational stories in order to be able to shift to something new. So we're seeing a lot of stuff coming up from the past and from people's past because it's necessary to bring that into the vibrational field so it can be cleaned up. It could be harvested and released. So now that energy is able to contribute to the shifting into something new. Well, alrighty then. Man, who knew? Who knew we were going to get a whole year's worth of stories or more in these few numbers and phrases? And we're not even done. Oh, yeah. That's very cool, Josh. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that 79 is, yeah. That's a very strong vibration. Okay, we ready for this last one? Because if we saved it at the end, it's probably going to be a doozy. Because all the rest of these have been pretty doozy-ish. I made a new word. All right, so let's move this way. All right, so we have 332.1 million. And this is the gross revenue. So let's and we have that word revenue here also. So let's start by looking at the word revenue. So then, because we have the definition and like how we use it in the language, but the vibration of it always tells us a different story. So revenue is going to be 18 plus 5 plus 22 plus 5 plus 14 plus 21 plus 5. So there we go. We have our 555, which gives us 15, already built in here. And revenue is resonating at 90. So here's that 9 again, so placing this word revenue here, it is drawing in this ending or shifting of vibration. But here, because we have the 0, this really is enhanced by God. It really is enhanced and like amplified by God. Man, do you all hear that car motor? I think somebody needs to go to the mechanic shop or something. Or does that happen when you have like the mufflers on it where you're trying to be fast and furious? Either way, it sounds freaking crazy. I hope you can hear it so I'm not talking about it and then I'm the only one that hears it. So here we have that 9 energy again. And then we have our M here, which is 13. So that's again this transformation energy coming in. Oh, let me write this different. Oh my gosh. Why am I writing it like this? I don't know. Okay. um, and then we have this 332.1. And again, because this is millions, these vibrations are actually sitting right next to each other and working together. But here, there's something interesting happening where this 2 and this 1 are really working together to make this third 3. So this vibration is actually feeling very much like 333. And the story it's giving us is telling us how we are going to be able to get to this last 3. So because this tour is not done, this may be some information that is to come because we haven't hit that 333 yet. But it's really acting that way. So 1 here is the vibration of something new. New music. Can we get some new music? Some new visuals? Something? So something new coming in. But it is the reason this newness is coming in is to contribute to the ending of this dualism. So where we saw the 11 with, it was the 46K, because it was the K that gave us the 11. Where we had this 11 that was like splitting, it was creating the dualism, it was creating a division. Whatever new is coming in, it's meant to contribute to the ending of this dualism, because that's what the 2 is. Because when this 11 actually comes together, now it goes from 11 to a 2. So these 2 energies are able to come together to tell us something new. So it's something new coming in to help end this dualism, or end like the choosing of sides, or ending some of the division, because that's what we were getting when we were looking at this vibration of 11. We were getting the dualism, we were getting the division, we were getting the polarization, especially in the hip-hop space. Now that doesn't mean that it all goes away, but it's something new coming in to help. It's like contributing to the ending of dualism, because what I'm seeing is that, like, when this shifting has begun, so if you think about from the time you're young, so from the time that you are born, as you're moving through life, you encounter like what we call crossroads, or points in life when you're having to make different choices to go on different paths. And it changes not just your life, but it can change who you are, because all of our experiences are contributing to our identity. So when we're thinking about hip hop moving along its life path and having this evolving identity, we've gotten to a point where we have this division, and this is a big one, where it's a big division of sides at this crossroads, and it's now choosing which way to go. But with the 11 to the 2, it's not a choice between one side or the other. It's actually taking the parts that work towards the new identity, so the shifting into new identity. So it's the pulling of pieces that can be contributed to and can add to the new identity and using it in a new way. So whatever this new energy is that's coming into the space, it's meant to end this dualism. It's meant to end only having two choices. It's meant to end that and actually having a new path that takes from both the sides, the only the good parts of both sides, and gives us a new path. And that's really what shifting is doing, where instead of choosing and growing into that identity based on your choice, here it's taking the two sides. So what's coming up again is that 15, and we did have these 3 E's in here. Where those are adding up to the 15. So it's bringing this vibration up again. So it's thinking about if we had this choice between bondage and freedom. We've had this split and this division where we've had to choose between bondage and freedom. But now what is happening is we're pulling from the good parts of each side, because being bonded in bondage is not always a bad thing, because you could be bonded to your family, you could be bonded to community, you could be bonded to a set of ethics and morals that are really important to you. So that would be some of that good pieces from the bondage. And you could also pull the good pieces from freedom, because not all of freedom is a good thing. Because if you have too much freedom, you could be stepping into chaos and not having structure. That's being too free. So it's pulling the good pieces from both sides and creating something new. This is very exciting, because it's like something brand new that we are not expecting. Like, we'll get new stuff that's super exciting, but in this overarching shift in hip hop, there's new stuff coming, which is very cool. Ooh, this looks very cool. So that's why this 2 and this 1 are working together to bring us this other 3. Hi, V! Thanks for being here. I'm glad you made it. This is interesting. Okay. And then this 333 it's amplifying growth. So then this makes even more sense, because 3 is growth. And when you have the 3 3s together, it's like having multiple speakers, like being at a concert, like the GNX tour, where it's being amplified because you have all of them working together. Hi, Cinnamon and Jupiter. Cinnamon Jupiter, thanks for being here. Glad you made it. So it's amplifying this growth that's happening. So there's something very cool happening here, where this new energy, this new vibrational energy is coming into the space with this 1. It's combining with this vibration of 2 and helping to end some of this split, some of this dualism that's occurring. And it's getting us to this 333. And when we add all these 3s up, here we got the 9 again. So here we have the 9 again, that's representative of the vibration that we're seeing all year long. And we're just talking about the shifting. And the 9 of this year, where in sometimes that 9, well, most of the time, the 9 very much feels like a completion or an ending. This case, this whole year, this 9 has very much felt like a shifting of energy. And I think this 333 is it's giving us a story of what we're shifting from and what we're shifting into. Interesting. Okay. So, if we remember that every single vibration is neutral, meaning that it holds all of the words, the phrases, any possible word or phrase that would give off that vibration is held within that vibration. So everything that's good and everything that's bad. And so this 333 is showing us a bit of a shift that's happening, where one of the phrases that equals 333 is systemic oppression, trauma. Whoa, well, that's deep. So it's like this shifting is happening where we're moving from where the systems that are in place that are creating people and artists within hip hop to be oppressed and to have trauma from it. I'm getting all of these visuals of all of these different hip hop artists that have been stolen from, that have been used, that have had their work be diminished. Wow, and we have a lot of those themes coming up, especially in like all of these court cases, is like, how has the system and the multiple systems that have been put in place, how are they contributing to the oppression of hip hop as a culture and the trauma that has been inflicted on hip hop and those in that space, primarily the artists, and really anybody in that space that's contributing to the music and the visuals and all of that is considered an artist. Now, V, Josh, it's okay because, we are an adult learning facility. So sometimes you need a little bit of drink, especially to get through this, because she said it right at the right time, because to get through some of this conversation on systemic oppression trauma, we might all need a drink. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I needed to look in my notebook, and I actually into my journal. Oh gosh. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So, we're starting at this point of systemic oppression trauma, but this new energy is coming in. It's helping to end this dualism that's happening in this space, and it's creating this amplification of growth that is leading to a shift. So that's the 1 combining with the 2, so the new energy coming in to help end dualism so that it can contribute to this 333, this amplification of growth that can lead into this 9, the shifting. And some of the shifting that is happening is moving from this place where um, the system itself is oppressing and causing trauma to on this same vibrational plane. So on this same vibrational plane is okay, not that one. It's this one. Unconditional love and compassion. So still on this same vibration. So this is the same vibrational thread. That's why it's not an ending. Because if it was a true ending, it would be jumping to a new vibrational thread. It's not an ending, it's a shifting. So it's a shifting from this systemic oppression trauma within the space over to this unconditional love and compassion. But we've already seen that we've have a lot of the theme around the self and the identity. So it's the unconditional love and compassion for the identity of hip hop and for the identity of those that are in this space. Because that's how the whole community could change. Well, good gracious. All right, I need somebody to do a favor for me. I need you to look up what the total revenue was for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers tour. So go look it up and then come back to chat and let us know what you find. Because that was the last time that Kendrick was out on tour and was putting these vibrations out into the world. Thank you, Cinnamon Jupiter. Do you see that? So the Big Steppers tour. Yeah. 111 million. So the Big Steppers tour was 111. It was feeding in all of this new energy into this space. And so now with the GNX tour, we're at this 333 where now it's this growth into a shift. Now you can't tell me that's not divine, because why the hell does both of Kendrick's tours have these triple digits? Well, and 110 is actually still significant, because 110 is the vibration of the word purpose. So it wouldn't even matter if it was 110 or 111. Both of these are feeding in new energy into the space. Okay, so Josh, that also makes sense, because just like how up here this 1 was feeding into this 2 to be able to get it to 333, this makes sense also, because this is an ending of things, where instead of a shift like we're seeing right now, this is an end. And if you think about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, it really was about ending this trauma. Now, the systemic oppression trauma that was being inflicted, and that Kendrick was expressing the how that impacted his life was not just within hip hop, but it was the world around him. But it was still the systemic oppression trauma. Yeah. This tells a story too. So then, by ending those burdens of the trauma that was being held in the body, the trauma that was being held in that life, it led into this vibration of God. And then that came together to create this one, one, one. So we do round up. But it's ending so that we're able to shift into this position that God is holding. But that's amazing. That's amazing. You, I was trying to ignore, Josh, I was trying to ignore that. You all gonna have to deal with that vibration on your own. I'm not partaking. Wow. So that is really cool. And oh, okay, I'm being reminded of something. I need to go look. I need to go look. Where is it? Okay, okay. We got some freak out stuff more. Okay, so also this week what we had and you saw me look at my journal, right? Like I did this calculation days ago. So oh my gosh. So also this week we had the release of Clips's FICO um, video, which again was beautiful, and I need to go watch it so many more times to be able to catch all of those vibrations. When we actually add this up, so F is 6, so 6 plus 9 plus 3 plus 15. This equals 33. So here's that 33 again. And if you think about what most represents who you are, both as an individual, but also as an artist in the space, it's your name. And name also equals 33. So here are all these threes coming up. But then what I was laughing about, because I actually got mad. I got mad because I was so excited for that FICO music video, and I just kept listening to it and loving it. And the part that was like standing out more to me than it has before was the chorus. It was the chorus, and let's see, that was, oh yeah, that's Stone God Cooks that did the chorus. And so I actually took the time and I went through the whole chorus, all the lines of the chorus, to get the numerical vibration. And the numerical vibration of the FICO chorus is 3132. And look, oh my gosh, get rid of that. It's the same numbers, 3321. And I also talked about, we just talked about yesterday, how we have these parallel numbers, these parallel vibrations that have the same vibrations, but in a different order. And this also equals 9. So, okay, creepy. Creepy but cool. Creepy but cool. Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. I was so mad. I was like, I don't want to do this whole thing. I was like, I don't want to do this whole one. It's too much. Well, now I know why. Yeah, and that was what? 2 days ago? Did we get that FICO um video 2 days ago? Or was it early on Friday? Anyway, this has the 14th, which would have been yesterday. Huh. Okay. So there we go. Yeah, yesterday. Okay, so there's that connection between that vibrational connection between that FICO um, music video that we just saw and these numbers that just came out on this tour. Well, alrighty then. I did not expect it to be this much. All right, so before we move from this, let's do this addition so we get this whole thing. And I'm going to do it 2 different ways. And we'll see which one the story fits. So usually when it has the decimal point, what I do is I just do here and then add it separately. So we have the 332 and then add a plus sign for the 1. We had the M, which was 13. Oh no! Okay, I'm glad you're doing your homework, Judy. Hopefully, I'm not being too distracting. And then we have revenue, which is 90. But we'll also look at it as if we did it this way, but we need to. I mean, we'll pretty much get the same thing. It'll just look different. All right, so let's look at these. So if we do 332 plus 1 plus 13 plus 90. That makes sense. Okay, so for both of them, of course, we get the same thing. We get 436, but what I was looking at, this is why I needed to write this, was here we have a portal number, and it actually is working here also, where these 3s that are here at the end want to be near each other, and so now they're starting to spin. Okay, good, Judy. they're wanting to spin, and so then it's pushing forth this energy in the middle. Now here, because we have all 3 of these are all working together to spin, and it's pushing forth this one. So that's why this one is more amplified, the way I'm looking at it. But here, we still have the same thing happening, but it's 2 on one side and 1, 3 on the other side. And it's all of this that's getting pushed out into the world, which then is telling that story of 11 to 2 again. So interesting. But then we add this up, and here we get our 13 of transformation. And transformation is so big. It's the biggest change you can make because you can't go back from it. And it actually creates a new foundation. So it creates something new to stand on, like systems, brand new systems. Okay, good, Judy. I'm glad. All right. So we have this story that's continuing to come through all of these vibrations. The last thing we have to do is... Oh, where are you? There you are. Is add all of these together. And so we had some of these that were behaving like they were together. So we'll put them together. So we're going to do 332 plus 1 plus 15, because that 1 and that 5 want to stay together, plus 46, and then plus 98. And this is the overall vibration of all of these numbers that were given to us to present and show this exciting news that this GNX tour is now here on top. So let's see. 332 plus 1 plus 15 plus 46 plus 98 gives us 492. And when we add these up, we're getting this 15 again to 6. So all of these vibrations are coming in. They're telling this whole story. The climax of the story is all of these together, when we can see it as like all of the puzzle pieces are put together. It's not necessarily the end, but we can start to see things clearly. It's like getting to the peak point and being able to look out and see what has happened and what is to come. And it is this 15. It is this vibration of choosing between that bondage and freedom, but very much in that space of professionalism and money, because it's resonating that tarot card, that devil tarot card that's around that energy of Capricorn, the money maker, and really looking at these comfort zones. So all of these numbers are pushing out this narrative, and when we get to the top, what we can see is that every choice that is being made within this space right now is a choice between being in bondage or being freed. And it's hip hop as a whole. Hip hop is having to face these comfort zones that should not be comfortable with. These comfort zones that were created by this systemic oppression trauma. Because hip hop is at a point now where it is moving out of that power space, I'll draw that, into wisdom. So it's like, where the sayings, there's all kinds of sayings about at what point do you have to stop blaming your past or stop blaming your parents and actually move into wisdom and heal and let go. That's where hip hop is. And so if we look at this divine triangle, where the triangle is the identity of hip hop, it's all of the experiences, it's the astrological chart, it's those numerical values at the time of birth that are contributing to who hip hop is. And we've already gone through, hip hop has already gone through this youth stage of building its identity. It's now in this phase of power where its identity is being tested. It has had this identity being tested since this point, which was 2000. It gets to the end of this power phase in 2027. So what is coming? This is the new that is coming in to help get rid of this dualism, this back and forth, this misrepresentation of the hip hop identity, so that hip hop is able to move into this space of wisdom, where when you are in this space of wisdom, now your identity is building legacy. And you build legacy within yourself and also in how you yourself impact other people out in the world. And because all of these vibrations are both positive and negative because they're neutral, this could be a lot of different things. But it's like we're getting to a point, and whatever this new energy, this new way of doing things, this new foundations and systems that are coming in, these new comfort zones that are being established in this shifting, really is about ending this dualism. We may even get like, you know how every genre has subgenres? And hip hop does have subgenres, but they're still being all lumped together. We may get another genre. I don't know where that came from. I guess we'll find out. But moving into this space of wisdom and really understanding what is the identity of hip hop that is contributing to the legacy of hip hop. All packed in to these numbers we were given to celebrate the GNX tour reaching this new height. Well, good gracious. This is also why you have to pay attention to any numbers that you're getting repeating coming into your life. Because we have these vibrational stories in our life as well. Because we all have this same kind of trajectory where we move through youth, where we establish our identity. I don't know why you did that. I didn't tell you to do that, but okay. Establishing your identity in youth, then having your identity tested and challenged in this power phase, so that it's very clear what parts of your identity you want to keep and what parts need to fall away. So then you can move into wisdom where you are now projecting that identity outward and contributing those vibrations to the world and to that whole space to create your legacy. Well, alrighty then. My goodness. Yes, Judy. Yes, that's a really good point also because we did get 3 hip hop albums in that album of the year. So it's this 3, it's this growth that is happening. It needs to happen so we can move from power into wisdom. It will the hip hop space. So all of us together. Oh, hi, Rusty. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so Rusty, what we have been seeing, and not just today, but in a lot of our discussions on Saturday, what we've been seeing is if hip hop in the hip hop space, we're seeing things much clearer as hip hop is evolving and awakening. So hip hop is an active awakening mode right now as a whole, like as a whole culture, as a whole group of people that are all connected in this way. And it very much is paralleling and mimicking what we as individuals experience in our own awakening, in our own spiritual journey, in our spiritual life. And so we have been given this beautiful gift where we get to witness what's happening in hip hop and be able to use that to apply to our own lives. It's so cool. Like when we speak of being in historical times, we see that that is definitely in hip hop, but it's everywhere because hip hop is we're seeing it very clearly, but it actually is the whole earth that is getting this vibrational upgrade. And it's always easier to see outside of yourself. And so we just have this wonderful example in hip hop that we're able to look out and witness and then be able to draw in these examples for ourselves. It's very cool. Wow. Well, alrighty then. Oh, okay. So this just in. Okay, I gotta go back to some blank page here. So um this just in, being reminded of this Mercury in Scorpio that is currently in retrograde. That's weird that I wrote it that way, but there's a couple of things here where Mercury is very much about the communication, and hip hop is very tapped in to this communication space. Oh, but that's what's so exciting, Cinnamon, is that you can be outside of the hip hop space but still be able to take in this information and apply it for yourself and see it happening in other places. Because what we have also talked about is how God or the universe brings us our messages in the way that we will best be able to receive them. So we'll see these themes all over the place. I'm sure you see these same things in your spaces as well. So that's very cool. Yeah, this is very exciting. Well, so Rusty, what? Yes, you're right that we see it and we feel these vibrations absolutely first. This shifting and this awakening, um, but then it's up to us to begin to dig deeper and try and understand what it is that we're seeing and feeling, because then that's where we'll um, be able to begin to learn and step into this evolutionary space. So even if you think about something kind of silly of um, like we're changing over time. So when you think about evolutionary process, you could think about an animal. So like a bird over thousands, millions of years changes in its beak to be able to eat particular food. Once it gets to this point of having some kind of understanding that it needs to have a change that's made in its beak so that it can eat better. Oh, this is funny that this example came through because you love that woodpecker. um, that it needs to change that. It goes through this evolutionary process to be able to change that. So now it has a new food source. It's the same thing with our awakening, where we start getting these signs and signals that are coming in that are giving us these hints of there's some changes that need to happen. There's some shifting that needs to happen. And as we pick up on those signals and those messages, now we can begin this process of changing over time. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Rusty. Yes, but time does matter, because if you don't take these steps, then they're piling up. So it's like the difference between, Judy, you can cover your ears if this gives you trauma. It's the difference between like studying for a test a little bit over time versus studying for the test the night before. So you either are learning these lessons and evolving and changing a little bit over time, or it's happening very quickly all at once. But it's happening regardless. Yes, and we did talk about dreams. Yeah, this retrograde hasn't been too bad. Okay, so back to this. So Mercury really is about communication, and hip hop in particular, we can see in some of the patterns of when things are released and what's happening in the hip hop space about what's happening with Mercury. And then we have these vibrations of Scorpio, which is very deep, mysterious, emotional state. So it's connecting the communication to the emotional state, but it's that deep emotional state, like we were seeing over here when we were looking at the systemic oppression trauma. Let me get eyes on it again. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. this systemic oppression trauma, where that very and that is giving some of that mystery that we were just talking about, Rusty, where it's now discovering the mystery, making it so that it becomes knowledge and not a mystery anymore. Yeah. Yes, this retrograde has been interesting, hasn't it? Well, also, this word retrograde, so when we put all of the letters into our little code book where A is 1 all the way to Z equaling 26, retrograde actually adds up to 111. And we just saw that vibration coming through with that Big Steppers tour. But the other place that we see it is where we also got, I think I watched the video from Chilling with Moni, where she was talking about how Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar, that Project 3 agency, was working with the museum that is, I think it was in Singapore, and what they called the whole thing was convergence. Convergence also equals 111. And there's a lot of talk in the spiritual space, but also in the astrology space. So Cinnamon, you could probably add to this, of this discussion of the Great Harmonic Convergence, where this is like where everything is aligned so perfectly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't talk while I write. That's not right. Oh my gosh. I need to just, okay, let me write. There we go. This great harmonic convergence, where it is, so each of the planets is seen as a harmonic. It's giving out certain vibrations. And when they converge into particular aspects where they are coming together, now it's like putting these sounds together to make this beautiful song. And then this whole vibration is a wave over the whole solar system, the whole galaxy. Well, when we do the numbers for this, the Great Harmonic Convergence, this all adds up to 333. But wait, there's more. When we add up Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, this equals 333. So this theme of threes, and we just talked about, like, we had 3 of these hip hop albums that are being nominated for album of the year, which is unheard of. So what the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just looked. I dropped my stuff. But I just looked. I have another one. I wrote down. And this goes with V, what you were just saying. You're tapped in. Because also what equals 333 is this phrase: we tell lies but live the truth. 333 again. And we've been seeing that all over, where there's been these lies, but regardless of what lies you tell, you are still having to live the truth of things. Wow. Look at the stories we got. And we started with what? We started with these. Whoa, look at all this. We started with these numbers celebrating this GNX tour with Kendrick Lamar and SZA, reaching this milestone where it is the highest grossing tour for hip hop. That's where all of this story came from. And we went all the way out to space and back. Talking about the harmonic convergence. Yeah, for sure. But look at that. Wow. Look at this path. And this is what's happening right now with this Mercury. But you know what else is contributing to this is that Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, because all of that expansion energy of Jupiter is turning inward in the space of Cancer that's requiring nurturing to be done. And nurturing yourself and healing yourself is not always comfortable. So you can have some uncomfortable truths come to light that are requiring you to be able to learn and grow. But it all still comes down to this 9. This 9 of 2025, that is really, it's the whole world and Earth and the whole galaxy is going through this shift. Hip hop is just one of the spaces where we're seeing it very clearly right now. But it is all over. It is all over. Well, wowie zow. I made up another new word. Because I don't know what else to say. I'm just like, wow, okay. We got you. We hear you. Thank you for giving us these messages. This is a lot. Goodness. Yes, wowzers for sure. I'm not getting anything else. I mean, kind of thank goodness, because good gracious, this is a lot. Yes. Yes. Yes, V, you're right. It's like these threes are coming very strongly right now. Because 3 guys in trouble this week. You're right. Well, all right. I'm just very curious about what is this new energy that's coming in to help end this feeling of dualism, this new energy coming in to end this dualism. I know we can never be done. You're right, Judy, because it's just one big tapestry. So we start pulling on the thread. We started pulling on the thread months ago, and now we're just keep on pulling. We just keep on going. Which is fine. I'm not mad at it. I don't think there was any other 333s that I wrote down this week, but let's see. Thank you, V. Yes, if you could hit the like button, please do. Appreciate it. Yeah, nope, I think that's it for today. I don't think there's anything else. But I think we covered everything in that one conversation. Oh, I'm so glad I could be your morning wake up call, Rusty. Yes. Good stuff. Well, and I always worry about what time I start and what I don't start, but I the universe knows better than me. Cuz if I didn't start later than I wanted to, we wouldn't have had the right people here. This is very cool. Okay. Man, oh man. All right. Does anybody have any questions about just any of like these general topics that I could answer and fill in some gaps? This is a pretty full story. Yeah, because we talked about FICO. So now we get to go back to the FICO music video and look for these vibrations of three. Because let's see. Oh, well, that's good too, Rusty. I love me a good afternoon nap. Okay, V. What's your question? Okay. Statement works too. Statement works also. Yeah, look at this. Man, this is cool. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't see that. That's exciting news. That's some new energy coming into our world, into our space. Yes. Yes. I'm Do you know how? Did they give any information about? So, like, has the baby been born yet? Yeah, Cardi B had a baby too. Okay, there's got to be a third somewhere. Who's the third? Who's the third having a baby? Yeah, yeah. I was thinking that, V. You're right, because this will be his second boy. Well, and I'm asking for more information because um, what actually happens, so a baby or like a fetus receives a soul at like 120 days. So that's what I was asking. Not, not Nara, don't you bring that energy up in here. Don't you come up in here slinging that around. That's very cool. Oh, that actually that's a very good question because I can tell that many people that come in and are in these lives are empaths and are very empathic. And the absorption of other people's energy never stops. So what we have to do is we actually have to start putting things in place to help ourselves. So like for myself, I do a lot of grounding work. I also take pretty regular salt baths to be able to release energy. But another thing that I do is you'll rarely see me not wearing white. I wear white quite often because white pushes your energy outward. When you wear dark colors, the darker the colors, the more energy it's absorbing, just like light. So by wearing white, it's helping to push my energy, my aura outwards. And then by doing my meditative work and my breath work, it's helping to make my energy big and strong. Because then if your energy is big and strong and projecting outward, then it's less likely that you'll have as much of that energy coming into your space. It won't even be able to reach you. And then if it does, it can't compete. It's kind of like a raindrop in the ocean. So there's lots of really good techniques to be able to build up your own aura and to cleanse your own aura space. And we could definitely, you should bring some of those questions. Those are really good questions because a lot of the people that come on Fridays, well, there's a lot of the same people in here too on Saturdays, but on Fridays is when we talk a lot about those things. Mmm. Okay, Nara. That's all you. I mean, I understand. I understand, Rusty. I get it. But even if you could have some kind of white covering, even if it's wearing a white hat, something, and it doesn't have to be white. The lighter the color, the more reflective it is, the more it sends out. So even if it's just getting away from the dark colors, because a lot of times what empaths do is they end up wearing dark colors thinking that that's helping them to hide away and not like give off the energy to pull in other people's energy, but it's actually doing the opposite. When you wear dark colors, it's actually pulling in more of that energy from your outside space. You all are being so, I love you all. Oh my gosh. You're welcome, Rusty. Did I miss any questions or not fully answer any? Because sometimes that happens. I'll start answering one question and then I'll go off on a tangent and forget what I'm saying. So just let me know. Oh my gosh. You all are so funny. I love it. Okay. So, are we ready to spin our wheel? We got to spin our wheel to be able to get the vibration that we're looking for. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me see. Okay, tell me how it ends up. Tell me how the trade ends up. Yeah. So that's a good question too, V, is that um so remember that the colors, just like the numbers and the letters, they give out vibration, and whatever vibration you're giving out, that's what you're pulling in. Blue is very much a calming, and red. So let me. Hmm. So what's coming up is that pay attention to the colors and how they make you feel, because that can give you some signals and some signs about where you're holding trauma, where you're holding past events that need to be cleared out of your energetic body. They need to come back up. You need to address them and move out. So, red is the root chakra. It's at the foundation of who you are. And a lot of the times we build the foundation of who we are in childhood. But blue is the throat chakra. And if you are very comfortable with your own voice and representing yourself with your voice, then that would be a more comfortable open space. So sometimes it can give you hints about where your energy is kind of getting blocked and not moving through as well. The other thing is, I'm remembering that you just said, V, that you wake up. What time do you regularly wake up? Is it 3 a.m.? I can't find it now because I was reading all of the trading and puppies and babies texts, and they were making me laugh, so now I forgot. I think it was 3 a.m. But so while you confirm or deny, the other thing that's kind of coming up is we've talked about a couple of times where at different times of day, it's representative of different organs in your body. And different organs in your body hold different types of energy. And so when that organ is stimulated at a certain time of day, you could be experiencing different things, just like with the colors. Where if at that time of day you're always comfortable and productive, that means your energy is flowing through that space really well. If you're uncomfortable, or you're having pains, or you're having issues at that time of day, then that can tell you some hints about where in your body you may be having issues with energy moving and flowing through. And this space of, I believe it's like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. keeps coming up pretty regularly, because this is a issue spot for a lot of people. 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. is the time of the liver. And this is when the liver is activated energetically. This is when a lot of things can come up around anger, also around feeling overlooked or like unappreciated, and really anything that would make you angry. So this is a hint of like what type of healing work you need to do, or like what where you should focus like some of your journaling. Mhm. And so if you're waking up around this time, you could take, like, start with like anger, and start journaling, because you want to journal. You don't want to just think about it, because that will get you to be running, that could actually cause anxiety. But when you're journaling, now you're releasing that energy onto that page. That's why journaling works so well. So if you start with anger and you ask yourself, what am I angry about? So what are you angry about? Or why am I angry? Then just write as long as you need to get that energy flowing. Because this anger is going to lead into these others. Like, you'll start seeing that you are angry because you're overlooked or you're unappreciated, or any of these things. That this anger is the big one here for the liver. The other thing is, though, and this changes throughout the year, but when the 2 hours before sunrise, so where you have sunrise here, these 2 hours before, these 2 hours before sunrise is when the veil between this living spiritual world and the spiritual world of, like, our angels, our ancestors, our passed on loved ones, that it pretty much doesn't exist. So sometimes if you're being woken up and it's not necessarily the same time every day, but it's always in this window of 2 hours before sunrise, you could be getting some messages from your angels or from your ancestors. Or this is also when our passed on loved ones come and talk to us. No sorries, glad you're back. Welcome back. So this again is why it's important to document, like, when you're seeing the numbers, like, all of these experiences are always going to come in a pattern. It always comes in a pattern. And so you have to document so that you can pick up on what that pattern is, so that you can actually get the messages that you're meant to get. So having to look at, okay, is it the same time every morning or every other morning or certain mornings? Or is it just that it's right before sunrise every morning? And what are you dreaming about? What are you thinking about? How do you feel in your body? Those are the things you need to be documenting, because those are all of the signs and signals coming from the universe to give you the messages that you need for your own vibrational evolution, your own vibrational ascension. Yeah, those were some good questions. And we could talk about that more maybe on Friday. We come back together on Friday. Wow, this was good. This was really good. All right, we do need to spin our wheel, because I can't have 2 days in a row where I'm eating way too late. I mean, it's already way too late, but it's okay. Let's spin our wheel. So for anybody that hasn't been here before, every Saturday, what we do is we spin our random number wheel to be able to get a vibration that we're looking out for the whole week. Wow. Their radio's really loud. Are they like back in the 90s? I thought we didn't do that anymore. Mmm. Not weird. Not weird at all. So you need to write about that. What I'm getting for you, V, is write about that. And then after you've gotten it all down on paper, go back and mark the key words. Mark the words that are repeating, the feelings that are repeating, the ideas that are repeating, the images that are repeating, and bring me that list. You could give me that list in Discord if you want to. But that's what we need to look at to get some more clues. Oh, yeah. Oh, it will be. You got really good energy flowing in on that day, Tiptoe. But let's see. So, again, every week we roll the random number wheel to be able to get a vibration for us to look for. So whether it's looking at the number and seeing how often we see it, or the themes around that vibration, we want to see how it's coming up. And it's really just to practice recognizing the vibrational messages that we're getting on a regular basis. Because the universe is always speaking to us, always trying to help us and guide us in the right direction. And we just have to learn how to listen. But sometimes that's the hardest. Okay, here we go. Let's spin our wheel. All right, I gotta find our wheel. Okay, here it is. I got it. Here we go. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. Spin the wheel. Go, wheel, go. Oh, yes. I love our wheel. Oh. Well, okay. Here's that 15 again. So I guess we're looking for more themes of 15. All right, let me come back over here and we'll talk about this and talk out through it. I was wondering what your reaction was going to be, Judy. Yeah, Judy's done. Done. All right, so for this week, we are looking for this vibration of 150. It could be a page in a book. It could be on a license plate. It could be a time, so it could be like 150. Could be the time. Or if you're in military time, it could be 1500. So we are looking for this vibration of 150. And I believe I think she saw it before. She felt it. She's pretty tapped in. And so what this 150 is telling us is like, yes, we've talked about these themes of 15, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But the key is, so when we add this up, we do get 6. And so the themes that we're looking for is we're looking for where this God energy is coming in. So the 0 is that energy from the universe, that God energy that we have no control over. And so we just have to accept that it's there and that it's enhancing the vibrations that we're experiencing. So where do we see ourselves or others or whole groups of people needing to accept things that are out of our control? And then that is leading to, so what's being enhanced is this choice between bondage and freedom. Oh wow, this is a lot of writing. Like I haven't been writing for the last 2 hours. So it's leading to this choice between bondage and freedom, where this choice is being made because some kind of change is happening or needs to happen. And as that change happens, and this could be an abrupt change. So like it could be a change where like, wow, I don't know why that's coming up, but sometimes like in a storm, where a storm can come in very quickly and change the whole landscape of things. So we're watching for where a change come in, and it's very much so weather, where we say it's an act of God, that would resonate at this 150. Because it's like an act of God. It's the God energy coming in and creating a change, but it's also creating space for something new. And once this change is made and this new comes in, now you're choosing whether you're going to be in bondage to that new energy that's coming in, or if you're going to be freed by it. Remembering that neither one of bondage or freedom is absolutely good or absolutely bad. So this really is digging in and understanding what is happening here and what it is that you are experiencing. And then after that choice is made, you establish a new comfort zone. So we would expect to see this week much more of this testing of comfort zones and the establishment of new comfort zones, where we would probably hear a lot about not being comfortable with something or being comfortable with something. So that's what we're looking for. For you, Tiptoe Joe, and anybody else this week that has like some major events that are coming in, the way that you can utilize this vibration is to make sure that you are very intentional about how you want to establish a comfort zone. What does comfort look like? So if you're in a comfortable space, you're using this energy to be in comfort. What does that look like? And focus on that visualization, because that's putting intent to the use of that energy, so then it can help flow in and get you that outcome. Yes. Okay, so that's our vibration for the week. So we're looking for 150. We're also looking for 6, but also 15. But also these themes around this 150. So have fun with all these vibrations. It feels like it's going to be a pretty good week. We do have... What do we have this week? Let me see. We have, I believe, yeah, it's at the end of the week, on the 20th. I believe it's the 20th. Oh, no. So on the 19th, we have a Mercury Cazimi. So that's when Mercury is conjunct with the sun. And so it will be very much enhanced because the sun brightens it up. So just pay attention to those communication spaces around that time. And then we also have, we should have, oh yeah, we have a new moon on that same day, on the 19th, or going into the 20th. So it'll be at night where we have the peak of the new moon, and we'll also have the peak of the sun conjunct with Mercury, the Mercury Kesimi. So the 19th into the 20th is what we really want to look out for and use. Okay, I think that's it. Have a wonderful week, everybody. I will see you around and talk to you soon. Oh gosh, I'm trying to catch up in the chat. Okay. Okay, thank you. Have a good one. Make sure to hit the like button on your way out. Bye. You're welcome. Thank you.